Take two. Can you hear me, DawNados?
I can hear you. You do exist now. I don't know what happened last time. It was freaking out, but we're back on track.
I can hear you. We are live 15 minutes late. So, where were we? Hello, and welcome to another STC Live. I am, of course, your host, Ricky, a.k.a. the Sorare Member, also known as the #1 San Jose Limited Collector 2022-23. I am joined, as ever, by my glamorous co-host, DawNados, Play Sharper Everton expert for the upcoming season. For those of you who rely on terrible picks from Johnny Daw to get your teams ready for the weekends. And we are finally live and with you for the evening. How are you doing, young sir?
I'm good. I actually did my first Everton predicted lineup last night. On the Play Sharper Premier League group, we don't just predict for Sorare, we apparently predict for FPL as well. So,
do you?
Yeah, so they asked us all to put in our predicted lineups on there. So mine's in. McNeil's only a 25% chance to start so far as he just got injured. Breaking news. Well, I say breaking news on Saturday. So I've put Dan Juma in there. You know, don't at me. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, no, it's good to be back. I'm looking forward to the weekly grind of having to try and predict what Everton and Sean Dyche are going to do.
I mean, you've only got about 13 players, haven't you? So it can't be that hard to predict.
Yeah, mate, we're making some moves in the last sort of 24 hours. We're signing a young Portuguese striker from Sporting Lisbon. All agreed. We've got apparently a couple of Southampton players coming in. So yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if you didn't make some signings, you wouldn't be able to fill a subs bench, would you? So
no, we usually tend to have about 3 keepers on the bench, which is always good. It's always good to have that goalkeeper position solidified on the bench.
Ashley Young in the starting lineup for the weekend.
He is. Mikalenko did play behind the doors. Behind the doors? Yeah, behind the doors friendly. Behind the closed doors behind the scenes friendly today.
Excellent.
So yeah, Mikalenko might be back, but I think it'll be Ashley Young, if you ask me.
Mikalenko or Ashley Young. What a terrible problem to have, eh?
Yeah.
I feel for you. Anyway, new season, fresh bit of hope, right? You never know. Bristol City kick off this season. I'll be at Ashton Gate for the first time. Preston North End, our bogey team at home, so not expecting a lot, but excited to get out with one of the passes from the wife to have a few beers.
Actually, that's one thing I was just going to mention to you, actually. Why is there no one needed to be a Bristol City expert? Because there's lots of other championship teams. I know they're not a licensed team, but there's still players that play on Sorare that are there.
Yeah, I wonder, is it like, because they do Ultimate Champions as well, is it if they're an Ultimate Champions team, they have an expert for it because they cover Ultimate Champions as well. But Bristol City aren't on either, really. So
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, and I hope they're not on either for the time being, so I cannot afford for them to get dropped yet. But anyway, we digress. This is the Tuesday show where we round up the weekend's action and look ahead to the midweek. First of all, we can have a little gossip about anything that's happened over the last few days. Obviously, we are fresh back from Sorare Sevens in Ilkeston, where we turned up in our Mexico 98 shirts, gave a good account of ourselves, didn't we? We did. Topped the group league when everyone played each other. Team Mbappe, 10 points. And we went out in the semi-finals on penalties, unfortunately. Gave away an own goal and then got knocked out on pens.
Yeah.
Don't know anyone. I can't remember who missed the penalty. Can you, John?
I can't remember who missed the penalty. No, I'm not sure. I don't know. Keeper read me like a cheap novel, didn't he? Straight down the same. But I think as a whole, we had a very good tournament. We had some really good goals from all of us. We had some good saves from yourself. You scored a goal when you went up top. We were undefeated technically. I know we lost on penalties, but in terms of 90-minute games or 20-minute games, wherever it was, we were undefeated. We got to meet some good people in the community, didn't we? It was good fun.
Yeah, we conceded 3 and 2 of them were own goals.
Yeah,
but it was fun.
You conceded 3.
Yes, it was fun to meet a lot of new managers, have a bit of the crack, have some beers. Went out into town with a few of the managers. Shout out to Kevin Doe, flew over from Holland, was in our team.
Yeah,
went out for some beers last night. Quinny did a live podcast, that was fun. I managed to win an FC Nuremberg shirt as well, which was nice.
Yeah,
add to the collection. I'll bang that on for the Thursday flagship show. So yeah, it's really good. I hope there's more events like that. It's a
It's only going to get bigger, I think. Like there was 50 of us playing, and then maybe 10 or so extras were sort of knocking around. People that came to watching that. So, and you could see that could easily be a much bigger event. It was really, really well run. By two people who profess to not be doing that type of thing normally, but they did a really good job organising it all. And yeah, it was a really top night. There was a lot of prizes handed out, and there was like 75% of people went away with prizes. It looked. It was, unfortunately, I wasn't one of them. But no, it was great. It was really good.
Yeah, Royal Ivy, our friend Royal Ivy, took home an Arsenal signed shirt, which is pretty fantastic. I guess that was the best prize you could win, wasn't it? There was a PSV signed shirt as well?
PSV
was up there as well.
Kevin Doe was desperate to win it, and then then we also had AY Moose Archie, the Sheffield Wednesday lad.
Yeah,
he came and joined us, and he won the crossbar challenge, didn't he? Which won him a signed jersey or a normal jersey. He also won 2 signed jerseys in the raffle, one of which he gave back, so he was just so fed up for winning everything. Did he win a cap as well? Or was that Kevin Doe won a cap?
Kevin Doe won a cap. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, he did.
And you're famous now. You've got Sorare official account tweeted 3 of your pictures or 2 of your pictures from
2 of my pictures today. Yeah,
2 of your pictures. The
selfies made the Sorare feed.
The standard Ricky T selfie pose with your mouth open and a beer in the other hand. And then the one of you, all you boys with your prizes out from the pitch. And what a pitch as well. What a setup.
Yeah, it was a really good venue, actually, Ilkeston. Nice pitch, nice change rooms. Had the tunnel. It was all good. Yeah, very, very enjoyable. So that was the highs of the weekend. And then that led into a deep, dark low for you last night, didn't it, Johnny? As Saudi came for you and claimed one of the prize jewels of your gallery.
It just came from nowhere. I was just enjoying my evening. I mean, I don't feel very well anyway, so I was having a bad day recovering from Sorare Sevens weekends. And breaking news, Zela joining Saudi Arabia. It wasn't even like slightly rumoured. It was just like, bang, he's joining. So that's my most expensive player. Well, he's probably up there in my top 3 most expensive rares and also expensive limiteds. Gets literally dark greens on the regs. And now it's a red cross. And he killed a couple of my lineups this week, actually, that were in chances of winning really good prizes. So, my heart absolutely dropped out of my ass when I saw that news. And he's like my boy as well. He's not just someone that I, use a lot. Like I'm always bloody banging on about him.
How could you do this to me, Lucas?
I don't blame him. I blame Sorare for not covering it. But they might cover it next year. Who knows?
Yeah, I saw Mateus went to need the Nagoya Grampus. He was he's not quite as big as he used to be when we started. He was massive.
Yeah,
that's still another one. Even though I have 430 odd football cards, I don't have anyone that's gone to Saudi yet. I guess because I don't have any cards big enough players to go to Saudi. But I've managed to avoid it so far. But yeah, that sounded like a painful one, especially when it came out of the blue so quickly. So you couldn't even offload him.
It didn't even get it wasn't even a rumor. And then I just went onto Columbus Crew's page, and they just within 20 seconds they tweeted saying bye.
I guess the MLS is probably one of the leagues where you would always have the chance of players going to another league, and maybe not always the biggest leagues. So there would be a slight chance of being uncovered. Yeah. But I thought he was Crew through and through, and he was one of the bigger names. So yeah. Keep away from Carlos Gil is all I can say.
Yeah, damn right. Fucking hell. It's no one's safe. No one's safe.
Well, I mean, their transfer window's open a little later as well, isn't it? Than our one. Yeah. So
there could be a lot of players that are kind of hanging on for a European transfer or whatever that sort of end up just accepting a deal for Saudi for a year, I reckon.
And I guess it's also having a knock-on effect. It's in clubs aren't holding firm with their valuations on players now with this flush money knocking around. Like someone like Lavia from Southampton, they're not budging on their price tag for Liverpool. I think it's happening a lot more. Hoyland,
Caicedo's the same, isn't it?
Osherman, they're like, I'll offer you 140 million. They want, well, you were going to pay this for Mbappe. We want more for. I think that money sloshing around is making clubs, want more for the players.
It's increased the top end so much, the top end offers, that it's just teams are just like, well, no, I'm not going to. Like the thing with Caicedo, I can't believe they're not accepting 80 million or whatever for Caicedo, because he's good, but it's not that great. But like, fair dues to Brighton. Like I'm obviously in that group of teams that aren't the major 6 or 7 or whatever teams. Like Everton are probably in that range with Brighton and West Ham, whatever now. And I like it when a smaller team kind of stands up to the bigger teams and says, "No, piss off." Like, he's on contract with us for till 2027. Like, it's 2023. We'll just keep him. Pay what we want for him, or piss off.
Yeah, I like it. They got a decent price for McAllister, didn't they? I mean, I think they could have got more, but they're a very well-run club. And Declan Rice was 105 million, so I think they've got every right to expect a decent amount for Caicedo.
Yeah.
But yeah, the money's getting wild. Do you think Harry Kane goes to Bayern in the end?
I think he wants to now, doesn't he? I think whatever he wants to do, he'll be allowed to do. Because he's given so much to Spurs, isn't he? And, I don't think Daniel Levy will hold him back. If he wants to go, I think they'll figure out a way of him going. I think he starts the season. I don't think he starts the season at Tottenham. No.
There you go. Our main man is in the building. Hamadism.
Hello, mate.
6th in the latest Beat the Boys League. And original season 1 winner?
I think he was, yes.
Wow. Royalty in the house.
Royalty is in the house.
Yeah, so that's Saudi. What else happened? Cash Wallet dropped today, didn't it? Well, the news of that, it dropped today. What do you think?
So I'll be honest with you, I haven't really had a full chance to read through the sort of ins and outs of the whole announcement. Obviously think it's great for the game. We had an incident on the way up to Sorare Sevens with one of our friends that we were trying to onboard onto the game on the journey up, and he spent about an hour trying to deposit money into the game. Got charged £7 admin fee for about £30 dropping in. It was just a nightmare, and it just sort of proves how bad it is for these new customers coming on. So any way they can make it easier for people is good. So yeah, it's a good announcement, but I haven't read through the announcement fully yet.
Yeah, I think it's useful. We literally had like you said, the friends who couldn't get Ethan on the weekend, and it's pissed him off and he wanted to play, but he couldn't. But yeah, it seems good on the face of it. There's still, I think I read the fees and things for depositing, withdrawing. It's not all crystal clear when you start delving into it. Like, do I have to have, I guess I can't swap between the ETH and the fiat. They're 2 separate wallets because that would make an exchange. So do I have to have like money in my fiat wallet and my ETH wallet? Am I managing 2 separate balances? Like there's still a few things I don't fully understand, but I did set up my cash wallet today, and I think I got an offer just now, and it's cash to receive instead of ETH to receive on my email notification. So things are changing. I think it's something really important, to be able to just withdraw and deposit to your bank and stuff. But I will reserve full judgment until I understand it a little bit better, because I still think there's some quite big questions to ask. I saw Simply Alex did a video this evening, deep diving into some of it. So maybe I'll give that a check out and see if I understand it a bit better. But it is something that's needed, and they seem to be making a big deal about it. So you'd like to think balance of pay, it'd be good. I
think like most things on Sorare or on any sort of platform doing something like this, there's going to be some teething issues. There's probably going to be a few little things that go wrong along the way, but ultimately it's a good thing, really, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah. Right. So we do have the usual things to do, apart from the Beat the Boys League, because we haven't restarted that. We'll probably wait till the Prem started with the Prem.
Yeah.
Do another one then. Get you all involved.
We'll wait till it's the Prem. We'll wait to the Prem, and then we'll set it as Bundesliga, and we'll do it for 2. We'll set it for 2 weeks that don't have Premier League games or something like that.
yeah, we'll completely mess it up again. But something to look forward to.
Yeah.
ETH is still better long term, Hamadism says. I mean, we all originally got onto it for the, as a crypto platform, didn't we? I like the crypto aspect initially. I just would like depositing and withdrawing to be easier. I mean, easier to get my friends into it. And personally, I'd just like to be able to withdraw to my bank if I want to take some money out rather than.
No, I agree. I'm fine. I'm fine with it being how it was, but I want more people to come onto the game. Like, the more people that come on, the better it is for everyone, because there's just more money going in, more money flowing around, more people wanting to buy your players, more people wanting to sell players. And if that makes it easier for more onboarding, then which it will, then that's good.
I think they say when you set the cash wallet, I don't know if you've done it yet, that you've got to pick your currency that you want to be displayed and received offers in and things, and that's it. You can't change it again after that. But US dollars isn't coming out for till September for a lot of the things. So it's like a final decision you've got to make is one of the things to bear in mind when you set up your cash wallet. I listed a player today, so it made me do it then. Obviously, I chose the Great British Pound. But yeah, something to keep in mind, especially if you want to operate in dollars. You'll have to set it as dollars, but you can actually use it till September. But let's have a little look at our weekend team, shall we? Get away from the serious money talk and have a little roundup of the weekend. I'm up on screen, so I can start.
I don't like the look of your coin total there. I don't like it at all.
Right. Let's talk you through a few of my teams. I went for my San Jose stack because of just the percent bonus they had, and I thought they were pretty secure for the amount of randomness there is in these Leagues Cups teams. I thought it's probably pretty secure to be able to pick the San Jose team. So it seemed like a no-brainer to stack them with those big bonuses. Rodriguez had a clearance off the line, I think. Espinoza got back to form. This is my captain. But they lost 1-0, didn't get a goal between them. So, lacking those attacking decisives and not keeping a clean sheet. But they did still put together 3-2-3. I think that's the power of having like 14-15% bonus on each player is, there's quite a lot of basic scores there, but after the multiplies, 3-2-3 is enough to get me a reward. It's a tier 5, so I'm probably just going to give this away. There's not enough on streams, so I will do it same as last week. I'll do it probably do it on a Twitter competition after this.
What a man.
So yeah, we got a tier 5 in there. Big up my San Jose stack. All-Star Rare Pro got over 300 points for 300 coins, which is obviously the only reason that's important because we're having a coin off. So I'll take those 300 coins. The best team for me for the weekend was my Cap 270 team. Was going fairly basically. I had Tarongaria did really well for getting in that 3-2 win. I had one player left. My last player of the game week was my signing that I got for that special like South American coin shop weekly they did. I bought just to try and beat you. Didn't actually use him. So this is his debut for me. Last player of the game week, and he banged in 100 in 75 minutes. He was absolutely caking it in. 45 AA, solid 3-0 win, got an assist. Very nice. So we got tier 3 out of that we can open up. Something for me to keep, 400 coins. And probably more exciting for me, I finally got some ETH again. Finally, it's been a long break. I didn't enter a Cap 240 super rare team, so we only had 2 chances this week, and the rare boys finally did it again. It's been a long time, but they got there. Shuto, in his new role in Bundesliga 2, started with an assist. Tarongaria again. I have 3 copies of him. All of them are number 1s because he played for Hertha and I had a little fascination with him. So he did well. And then the rest was steady to just get me some sweet, sweet ETH, which I really could do with. All-Star Limited was up and over 300 points. The goalie didn't play, which has really cost me there. I was only 14 off a tier 5. So, yeah, 30 points would have been easy for him to get, I guess, for a tier 4. But that was my sob story. Olsen started really well this season. Michelin seemed to be doing a lot better. shaping up to have a lot better season. And yeah, he looks like he's going to be an absolute fire player for the upcoming season. Would highly recommend. We move on to Cap 240 Limited. We missed out because Cornelius didn't play a DMP sob story again. We did have the triple Sturm Graz in the middle, but unfortunately, missing out on the striker means we get no ETH down there. So a middling week for me. I'm looking forward to Europe getting back now. I know I said I was bored of setting that many teams, but it will be nice to have a bit more flexibility. So let's have a little look at what I won. Here is the blue band of sex, the all-important coins in our little coin off. There's ETH. Really nice looking graphic nowadays.
It's nice, isn't it? I'm a big fan of the new graphic, actually.
The coins. 1,860 for me. Solid weekend's work. If you don't know, this is very important. We'll show the coin totalizer after we revealed our prizes. Here's the tier 5 from MLS Pro, which I will give away tomorrow. Let's have a look at who we've got. It's got to be defender, right? Always is. Ooh. Plugged a midfielder up from the fire.
Jonathan Dean. I will look him up for you right away. Jonathan Dean.
I can tell you I have never heard of him.
Oh, apparently it doesn't exist.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well.
I'm definitely spelling it exactly as it says on the screen right there. Okay, maybe it's because I don't pay for Sorare data subscription, but it's not letting me figure it out. So I'll let you just guess that. I'm going to guess 50p.
Jonathan Dean. Apparently doesn't exist on mine either.
Yeah, I can't get him to come up.
That's really odd.
Maybe you've just discovered an absolute gem, mate. This is the only one created.
He doesn't exist. But anyway, let's have a look what card I got for myself. Cap 270 Limited. Tier 3. Argentinian mid from Francis.
Not another McAllister. How many flipping McAllisters are there?
Go on then, give me the good news.
Hey, he's not coming up either. What? There's something going on in my Sorare data. No, there we go. It's working. Right, Francis McAllister. He is worth £3.69.
Oh,
not too bad. I probably should share my screen at this point, shouldn't I? Oh God, excuse me for the delays here. Francis McAllister, £3.69. He's got some decent green scores there, but not great. Certainly not last season. It wasn't great. Looks like a bit of a bench fodder. Although he's been playing, he's been starting this season.
Feels a little disappointing for a tier 3.
Yeah, seems a bit crap if you ask me.
Well, he's going on the sale list. Week 22 of you not paying for Sorare data membership?
Well, I did say that I would pay for it if we won Sorare Sevens, and we didn't. So,
is that why you missed the penalty in the semi-final? So you didn't have to pay for?
Yeah, I was just saving my money. You know, thinking long term.
All right, those are disappointing for me. I mean, Jonathan Dean doesn't exist, and the other guy isn't the most exciting tier 3 I've ever seen.
Working now. Jonathan Dean is 40p. 26 years old.
Does he play football?
He plays, but his last 7 scores didn't get above 39 points.
Okay, well, I'll give him away.
Really bad.
Someone can make better use of him than I would.
Really
All right, ready to show us what you did?
I am. Unfortunately, I had one of the worst weeks I've had for a long time. None of my players did well, it seemed. Although I did get a couple hundreds, to be fair. Daniel Munoz got 100 in one of my teams. Cucho Hernandez, my sort of one remaining Columbus Crew god, got 100 for me last night. Those are all commons. Kastenmeier, first game for in Bundesliga 2, got a nice 79 points in goal. Macon did well. I've got his rare and limited, but I don't really rate him, so I didn't play him. Yeah, just pretty bad, really. As you can see from my coins there, that suggests barely any of my teams did well. I don't think I got over 300 in many teams. So, it was a bit of a struggle this weekend.
Oh
This
dear.
is my Cap 220 team was pretty close to prize, 14 points off a tier 5. Boris Lambert was someone I touted to hopefully move teams. I bought his rare as well. He was getting heavily linked with Union St. Gilloise. Union St. Gilloise was selling defenders as well. It's like, guaranteed they're going to buy him. He's just been made their club captain. So looks like he's staying at the worst team in the Bundesliga now, which is really annoying. Gary Magni did well. That's all AA there. So that was close. It was about as good as my teams did this weekend. So right, here's my main sob story. Castanwire, 79. That's very good for a goalkeeper. Daniel Munoz, 100. And then I put Kevin McAllister as my captain. Why did I do that? Any ideas why I'd put someone who's debuting in a new league, in a new team, as my captain when I've got Daniel Munoz?
Well, he did manage to stop 2 burglars single-handedly from breaking into his house.
True.
So,
although now I look at it, I probably would have made Zela captain, so maybe I actually gained points. So I was on 230 with Zela and Hernandez left to play. I was like, I'm easily getting a good prize here. And then Zela got sold on the day, just randomly. So he didn't play, but Cucho did get 100 points last night. So it did get me up to a tier 5. So I got a tier 5 prize with 3 really high scores, a crap captain score and a DNP. So I can't complain too much, but it's pretty frustrating.
take that.
This is my all-star rare team. Tyler Miller, unfortunately, has been one of those keepers that's been benched for the America's Cup thing, League Cup. So that's annoying. And then Zela, obviously, I'm not going to talk about him ever again now. So he can and then to be honest with you, that's about it. I mean, these teams are all sort of coin hunt teams. My other sob story is that Sasha Horvath apparently has handed in a transfer request on the eve of the first game on the weekend, which I didn't realise. So he got benched. Or he didn't even get benched. He wasn't in the squad. So 10 points off a little bit of ETH there, which is very frustrating. This is my Cap 240 team. Joris Kayembe I thought was going to be flying. Didn't even come off the bench. Roman Yamchuk has got injured, so that's great. Hulschlager did nothing, Ortega nothing, and then that was just because I had no goalkeeper. But it's a sob story. It's a really bad weekend. I'm very much excited for Europe to come back now.
Yeah.
So
well.
Let's have a look what I won. So I've won.
You got something.
I got something.
You got a little something.
Yeah.
Your pain is felt by Hamadism. Feels a pain. Unlucky week for you.
I know Hamadism. You are also a Zela fan, aren't you? And we've had a heartbreak. Right. Let's see what we've got. So we got some coins. Unfortunately, I think I've got exactly 1,000 coins less than you this weekend, which is a very heavy amount less. I'm going to need something pretty miraculous to catch you up now. Looks like I'll be doing a giveaway. Tier 5 limited. It's going to be a defender. Korean forward.
Wow, that is a turn up for the books.
Interesting.
Kim Sung Sub.
Well, let's hope he's not a sub.
Kim Sung Sub. Here we go. He is 26, worth 87 pence. Plays for Jeju. Sub, left mid, left wing back, left mid. Does have a little bit of AA about him.
Interesting. I mean, he's a tier 5, but to be worth 87p as a tier 5 is actually quite good.
Surprisingly, that is quite a result. That's
quite a result.
87p tier 5.
Anyway,
there
we go. Rubbish week. Bring back the championship. Bring back Europe this weekend. I'm ready to go. I can see the fixtures now. on Sorare. I'm setting my teams. I'm excited.
Load them up. Tier 5, you won something. At least you didn't have to come on the show and say you had nothing. But if we do want to, make you feel a little bit worse after Zela gone and you won 87p, let's have a look at the incredible coin collecting game totals after 7 weeks. 7 weeks out of 10. The losing total after 10 weekend game weeks has to give away a prize on this show. And this is how we currently stand.
Oh, that's just changed dramatically in 2 weeks, isn't it?
It's completely turned around in 2 weeks. A 1,500-point lead for the Sorare Mamba now. Looking quite smug in my picture there.
So I'd just like to announce, I presume Dan Sorare and Nicholas watched the show. If you could do another coin-related weekly, that would be great, because I really need to not lose this competition. Thank you.
Well, obviously, I'm putting in a claim against them for using my photographs, my permission. So I'll make sure that doesn't happen. Hamadism has a Millwall stack for the weekend, like our friend Royal Ivy, right? He's got a full Millwall for the weekend, he was saying. And
Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming, Hamadism. I get him in.
I think Kev Nisbet will be a hit in that league. Which segues us on nicely to drop a note to join us on Thursday flagship show, when we will be discussing the championship ahead of Minor Swiss Mafia's return to Ashton Gate. So join us for that. But yeah, I'll take this off screen now to stop rubbing it in your face. But you are now well behind with 3 weekends to go. But the more leagues are coming back, so you never know what can happen.
Not happening.
One more thing to go on the live show then is have a little look at the midweek. See if you fancy your chances, fancy any of the games, fancy any of the players, fancy anything in general. I've got a few teams out. I wasn't particularly thrilled when I was making any of my teams. I just didn't feel like I could get any one banger of a team out. My MLS amateur team, those are a solid 4 outfield players: Messi, Boanga, Gill, and Wagner. Revs away to Atlas is probably not the easiest one. I feel like any of these MLS teams that are playing away aren't, doing particularly well. Messi's been obviously fire, and Boanga's been completely out of it lately, hasn't he? He's just not been.
Yeah, it's been a weird one, isn't he? He's come off the ball.
He was off the ball before this League Cup thing, so I'm hesitant just to blame League's Cup and rotation for him not doing well. But he seemed to have been off key a little bit before then, hadn't he?
Probably going to Saudi or something.
Probably be in Saudi soon anyway, yeah. But I don't mind those 5. But, with no Beat the Boys League, I'm not too fussed what happens. My MLS Pro is in probably 5 starters there, which is like the main thing I was going for. But I haven't got a lot of star power outside of Gill, and he's playing away as well. So I'm not too confident in that. All-Star Rare Pro, again, I just tried to get 5 players that start. Federa had a really good start at the weekend. His first 2 games, I think he's got decisives. I bought him in as my under-23 striker for the season. He's been absolute fire, but I think he'll probably get dropped. Is it Munez? I think he'll rotate with someone at another player that plays in the position. So yeah, I haven't had any good luck in All-Star Rare Pro for a while. I don't think I've got enough star power there to do anything. Champion American Limited, Miguel Torren, who was back last game, is now out for this game. So that is out the window already. My first player is a DMP, which is always nice. Cap 220 Rare. Again, I've probably all starters, but I've got 2 defenders here who are playing in a match against each other. So, pray for 0-0 if I want that team to do anything. Again, not a lot of hope. This is just for coins. Cap 270 Limited probably won't do anything, won't play, but I did see today that Maximiliano Morales has gone back to New York. Cancelled his contract, and he's heading back to NYFC, where he was actually a decent card. He's been absolute poverty since he went to Racing Club, and I got a special edition. He's just been completely useless. Hopefully, back to NYFC and can actually do something, and I can sell the card then. But yeah, the rest of the teams I don't fancy. This one is probably my best lineup. Lord Lampe is the king of Sorare goalkeepers until Crep gets back anyway. POV,
which is happening soon because he's playing for the LA second team at the moment.
Yeah, I did see Maximum Crepery will soon be back in action. I'm very much looking forward to that. I've been loyally holding in that rare card throughout this whole injury. I could really do with him getting back. I've had some horrible luck with rare goalies lately, probably because I bought so many cheap shitters and then I'm surprised when they get dropped. But yeah, Olsen's on fire. Savarino is obviously been on complete fire as well, but he's away, which I don't really like. And Messi is, just going to do Lionel things. So yeah, that's probably the best one. I expect absolutely nothing from this. Maybe a tier 5. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some European midweeks mixed back into it, so you can actually have some proper strong teams out. But I am glad that I bought enough, Asian and American players to sort of get me through this summer break. I've had just enough to keep me interested and just enough prizes to tick over and give us something to do on this show. So yeah, that's mine for the midweek. Have you got anything to show us?
I've got a few little chances, but nothing too major. I made a few transfers this week in my MLS Amateur. I got in Buanga just purely because I know how good he can be, and his price is really low at the moment because he's been doing so bad. And I need someone so I can have Messi in. I bought in Drake Callender, who did a really good score last game, and obviously now is Inter Miami have gone from being a really rubbish team to being a good team now. So hopefully he'll start doing well. And then I got Jose Andres Martinez in. Don't know much about him, but Philly have got a reasonably okay fixture at home to DC United. So yeah, we'll see how well that does. Don't know. But my main team is this one. It does include Crep, but it's was always going to include a DMP goalkeeper, although there is a slight chance he might play. I saw there was a 10% rating of him playing on Play Sharper, so that's something. But yeah, so I've gone for the sort of my 4-player attempt at ETH, which I've actually managed to succeed with a few weeks in a row. So Lucas Valalba is already starts in 45 minutes, which is good. Joris Kayembe didn't play on the weekend, but that was in the league, and he did play in the Europa League the week before. So I'd like to think he's going to start this game at home in the Europa League on Wednesday or Thursday this week. Buanga Rare I've got on here, so hopefully he does well, comes back into form a bit, and then Jesus Ferreira, and he's very solid. So hopefully they can get up to 250 between the 4 of them there. Other than that, I actually have a real dearth of keepers at the moment. I've got loads and loads of European keepers. I've got like 25 limited keepers for Europe when it comes back. But yeah, just struggling a little bit at the moment with these little midweek things, and the Leagues Cup doesn't really seem to be helping me much, it seems, at the moment. This is my all-star team, so it's just going to be a coin hunt. There's obviously no keeper there. This is my all-star rare team. It's got Zela still in there, because obviously I forgot to take him out, so that's great. Tyler Miller won't play, so this is just going to be a little ETH hunt as well. Not ETH hunt, sorry, a coin hunt. DMPs everywhere in there, so that'll be a coin hunt too. What else have we got? Okay, my other team was this Cap 220 team, which I didn't think was too bad. Angelino's joined Galatasaray, so I'm hoping he sort of goes back to the scores he was getting at Red Bull Leipzig. He joins Hoffenheim last season. He was quite peaky last year, and he was having some good scores, but he's been sold to Galatasaray, which I always like these moves to Turkey, because some players can become absolutely elite in Turkey. There's what with the differentials between the top end and the bottom end of the Turkish team. So hopefully he'll do well there. I
would back him to be absolute fire this season if it was if I had to go one way or the other.
Angelino, yeah, he's a good player to have because he gets forward a lot, doesn't he? So he gets a lot of decisives and stuff. Nicholas De La Cruz, I did see Nicholas De La Cruz was getting rumoured to join Saudi.
Well, who isn't, to be fair? I mean, I played Sorare Sevens on the weekend. I've had 4 offers so far.
But he is down as 90% to start for River Plate this week, so hopefully he does. Josh Campbell is someone that was actually pretty good for Hibs last year. They need to win this game. I don't know if you saw their loss away to Interclub de Escaldes, which I think are a team based in some bloody random European country, but they lost 2-1 in the away leg to a team that were made up of dentists and flipping builders. So
unfortunately, no, I did actually miss that one.
Well,
sure,
I didn't watch it.
But...
I didn't watch it, but I saw the goalkeeping error that what's his name made. It was absolutely horrific. And then anyway, Antonio Nusa up front as well. So that's a reasonably good shot at a prize, I'd say, for 220. 240 is another one of my 4-player attempts at Gay. So Begovic won't start, but Munoz, Palacios, Carlsgill, and Brader's a very strong 4. So I'm hoping that gets me a bit of ETH. So yeah, that's all I've got.
That's all I got.
That's all I got. I've got nothing left.
Yeah, but it's almost over. We're almost back to the good stuff. But yeah, hopefully the League's Cup, now it's in those last stages, you might be able to, the teams might be a bit more predictable. You know, there might be a bit less rotation as they get close to glory and they decide to stick with either their lineup that they're running for the Cup or their best 11.
See, there's been a few transfers today, isn't there, in America? I think it's the deadline day for.
It is, yeah. Diego Rossi, Columbus Crew trying to get Diego Rossi in, aren't they? Yeah, that'd be a nice.
I think it's been announced actually from. Is it Fenerbahce where he was? I think Fenerbahce have announced he's left.
Yeah, because I owned him in Rare when he's playing in the MLS, but sold him when he left because he didn't fit in with my strategy. But yeah, he was a good old solid player back in the day in the MLS. Petrovic as well was the other one when he sat out. Diego Fagundes, isn't it? The one Austin FC's gone to the Galaxy, play alongside Ricky Puig. That'd be a nice signing. He was a good player, but Austin have not had a good year so far, have they? So I think that's a good move. And obviously into Miami are going nuts. Aren't they getting Gomez in the middle, Alba in it, left back, Busquets pulling the strings, Messi up top. They've gone from Phil and Harvey Neville to Alba, Busquets and...
Hey, Harvey Neville's still there, I think, mate.
He is, but boot cleaning at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
That is some wild turnarounds there. And the kit's awesome, so I'm quite enjoying watching. But yeah, I think that's enough rambling from us for one Tuesday.
I agree.
We will be back on Thursday for the flagship show with Swiss Mafia. We'll be talking about championship players and teams to look at ahead of the season. Have a little rundown of our best SO5 lineup for the championship for the upcoming season. I'll see if I can squeeze a Bristol City player in there. I think there's only one option outfield, a Bajic the goalie, but he's not going to play.
Don't forget Bajic, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, please join us then. Before you go, if you could like the video, subscribe, that'll make us all feel lovely and happy as we go off to sleep tonight. Chuck a comment in, let us know anything you'd like to see us do, anything you think could improve this show. We're all ears. Other than that, we will leave you in peace and see you again soon. Viva la Thursday Club.
Up the toffees.